Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So it is time to move the. Oh no, they didn't never go in. So we're going to be moving some our fence line here, and we're going to try something that we haven't done before. Especially with luckily there's only two. So these two bad boys, we got Kevin, and the barred rock didn't leave or go inside last night. We're gonna close up the ring. There's another one.
I was gonna call her Whoopi.
So we got another one. So we got 3 chickens. Let's see if we got any other ones. So it's time to move them. They basically tore this grass up here. No other eggs. It's time to move them. We just got to find a place to move them. So let's do that. So where are you gonna move them at?
Well, I was gonna ask your opinion since you always have one about my chickens, but I was going to. I had cut some patches out there.
Okay.
So I was gonna move them like the next section back.
All right. It is foggy out here. Look at this. These are just 2 fences that we have by Gallagher. We're just gonna move one fence. We're just gonna move the chickshaw later and just move it out there. All right, so we got the fence set up and these 3 chickens just out here free ranging. Now we gotta bring the chickshaw. The missus is gonna do the tie down corners to straighten it up. And then we can let them loose and tell you why we had to do this.
Kevin's following his crew. Look at Kevin. He's supervising you. It's very hard to move in this field because it's soft and bumpy. It's a workout. So we got those little sandy hills out here. Need to open that a little wider. Give yourself a break for a second. I like to drag them. Oh, I like to walk away from the poop, so I like to start them in the back middle. It takes them about that long in a week to eat the area. That's fine.
So we finished moving all the netting, the food, filled up all the water. That took about 45 minutes. So now I'm gonna, actually probably took a little bit less than that, about 30 minutes.
And the chickens just followed right into the fence. They wanted to hang out with their friends.
Yeah, we tried to throw some feed out there and they wasn't interested for a while. The missus got them their fermented feed right there and they just chowing down at them. Some of them are finding new spots to feed on. The ducklings, or the ducks I could say, they're grown now, are enjoying and foraging around the new grass area. Got the solarizer up there. It's not charged right now because Missus is in there. But this is the reason why we move them, at least one of the reasons. Because when we got them in there, they wasn't even, most of them wasn't even worried about the food. They was worried about the new grass. So that kind of helps reduce our costs in feeding them. Now over here is another reason why we love moving them. Well, we don't love moving them, but it benefits us. This was about 3 months ago. Look at all this grass. It would have been like this right here, but now you get this lush green. And then this right here was their next spot we had moved them to. And that was the other spot that we moved them to. And then of course the pen area. So probably about in 2 months, that will be luscious green, even during this time of weather in December. And then once it gets about anywhere from 4 to 6 inches high, we can put them back on here, but not until then. One thing I probably will change about this area, I might get a rent a machine to smooth out all these divots throughout the area, because it's so hard to move these two structures right there around these large craters and ruts from the previous owners, just going back and forth. I mean, look at,
we had vehicles going in and out of this area.
Yeah, because through this gate area. So I want to kind of smooth this whole pasture out, so that way it won't be a issue when we're moving them later.
The fencing, we have the 164
linear feet.
Yeah, linear feet, and the height of this kind of grass, they don't last more than 5 to 7 days until we have to move them, because they just eat it down and then they start wanting more feed, and I would rather feed them grass.
Yeah.
Free 99.
So you think we should just go ahead and set up the fence right here, so that way all we have to do next week is just move the structures?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay. Let's do it.
But we're gonna have to start figuring out something with the ducks when we start doing rotations, because we only have the one extra fence.
Yeah, well, I'll be getting probably another fence from Gallagher.
Okay.
And let me show you what I'm talking about over here. So with the ducks, I'm thinking about getting maybe 2, maybe 3 fences with them, and just have it all along the border right here. So all we have to do is just continue just moving the hutch there. What do you think about that?
We can try it. That sounds like a fun idea.
Because they're gonna, and then we won't yeah, I guess they could be released to the pond, but then I'm worried about if they don't go back into the hutch.
Well, I want to, and I know that they're your ducks. We need to get them home-based trained. And when we see that they're following home-based training, then I think we should toy with opening.
Okay, so we just put them out here. Yeah. We had put the chickens out here previously, and look how green this area is compared to the non-green area. So pasture raising your animals benefits your soil, which is going to help benefit them. And if you eat them or their eggs, I mean, you're just like a circle of life.